Welcome back to another video analysis. We are now analysing the final scene from Edgar Wright's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Like with all Edgar Wright's films, every part of the filmmaking is fantastic. However, in this scene, stunning visuals help with the action and the comedy, with Edgar Wright using juxtaposing images and writing to achieve this.
Scott decides he's finally ready to face Gideon once Wallace says,
"Forget what I said earlier. Finish him."
So he suits up and heads there straight away. The suit-up sequence is cut as if it's from a superhero film, with Scott putting on his clothes, much like a superhero would put on their suit. However, unlike a superhero film, Scott's suit-up is comedic because he's only putting on normal clothes. Also, as seen several times in this film, the editing abruptly cuts to a longer stationary shot of Scott trying to tie his shoes. By showing Scott getting ready in a normal fashion, it presents him in an unremarkable way. The juxtaposition in this moment is what makes it funny.
Once Scott has arrived at Gideon's club and their fight is about to ensue, Knives comes out of nowhere, ambushing them. The special effects for her entrance are very well done. Like with the rest of this film, comic book style text is used when characters shout or hit one another. Here, as Knives jumps down, her comic book style text can be seen. However, the special effects keep in line with the depth of field. Notice how Gideon is in focus and the background isn't. So when Knives' shout is written behind him, it's also out of focus. By creating the special effects with the camera's focus in mind, it helps to solidify the effects in the world.
And a fast entrance into hell!
Knives falls onto the floor as Scott looks at her in shock. We then get another unexpected turn in events. Whilst at first we think that Knives is here due to her unrequited love for Scott, she reveals she's actually here to kill Ramona for stealing Scott from her. This sudden change in tone is emphasised with a cut to Ramona, with only her face being visible and the rest of the screen being black. The quick edit changes the focus of the scene from Gideon to Ramona.
Talking to her!
What?
You broke the heart that broke mine. Get ready to tear down! Yeah!
Then a fight between Knives and Ramona begins, and soon after so does one between Gideon and Scott. Then Scott attempts to break up the fighting between Knives and Ramona by coming clean about cheating on them. However, Scott doesn't do this in the most eloquent way possible, trying to take off as much blame from himself as possible. Scott's inability to be completely truthful here and accepting of his own shortcomings creates a mixed tone of both seriousness and comedy. The comedy is also helped by the differences in Knives and Ramona's reactions. Knives reacts as you expect, upset, shocked and confused. Ramona gives her response in a deadpan tone saying,
"You cheated on me with Knives?"
No.
Her response is not only giving the impression of disappointment on her part, but it's also comedic. This is because her response implies she's less disappointed in Scott for cheating on her and more disappointed because of all the people he could cheat on her with, he chose to cheat on her with Knives.
Then, Gideon jumps up behind Scott and stabs him in the back. The shocked reaction is shown from all of Scott's friends at once in a comic book style split screen. After this, we hear Gideon remark that Scott can cheat on all the girls he wants, but he can't cheat death. Of course, this is exactly what Scott does. He comes back for round 2, and this time he's going to handle it the right way.
Game over.
Scotty, you can cheat on these ladies all you like, but you can't cheat death.
After making easy work of the guards, Scott then talks to the band. Scott starts with saying that it was the right decision for the band to move on from him. He then talks to Kim directly, settling their past troubles and accepting blame. After this, Scott comes clean to Ramona and Knives, this time admitting to his past mistakes. We know that he's done this right, because the mind control chip in Ramona's neck is seen to short circuit.
Never felt better.
Yoo-hoo! Are we done with the hugging and learning?
After this, Scott begins his final battle with Gideon. This time, Knives joins in. The text changes here to be the same as the text from the dance game Scott played with her earlier. This time, the two of them work together well, whereas last time they did not. By the two of them working together well, it shows that the characters are now on the same page and are happy with the new relationship between one another.
Edgar Wright uses cinematography and special effects, along with clever dialogue, to create not only a comedic scene, but one which also equally shows Scott's growth and development to become a better person.